class, we'll go more into using oil as a protective barrier. It won't exfoliate the skin, kind of like I just showed you on her bumps that we're occluding. Okay. So just like we just talked about shaping the brow, inside corner of the eye, what I'm looking at is this little part right here where her eye meets this. So anything on this other side is what I would take off. So we're looking pretty good, right? We don't need to, she's pretty good. So here I'm just using her nose to brace. I'm looking at the out of her eye. Okay, and she's already a little short. This is where I would want to let her know that you're already a little short here on the outside, and you can show her that with the mirror. Plus, she is very fair haired, so ideally, if we would want to, we could just tint just a little lighter brown, our middle brown right here, not put it on the rest, and that will make that magnify. Because she's got blonde hairs on it.
You just can't.
You just really can't see it, so it looks like they're shorter than they are. And if you can't see, when you look under the mag lamp, they're magnified. Okay, and then the highest point of her arch, center of the iris, up. So that's where it should go up and then kind of come down. Do you normally wax your brows?
Yeah.
Okay. How long has it been since you waxed? 2 months. Okay, so over 2 weeks. Most of the time they'll answer, oh, it's been a while. And what I need to know is how long is a while? Because your while might be 7 days. I need at least 10 days before we wax again, okay? Because it's an exfoliation procedure. Again, test patch first, and all you're doing is testing the temperature of the wax. So I'm going to show you how to do this stick. Use both ends. So I'm just going to clean her up. I'm going to start from her base here. I'm not really taking out a lot of hair. Most of the hair I'm removing is blonde. I'm spreading it all the way to the end. Then I'm going to go back and flatten out anything with the back end that I didn't use. If you need to use another stick, do that. Stretch that skin as taut as you possibly can, okay? Alright, say if for some reason you've got your wax so short, so far down, you can go in and say, place the hair you want to remove into the wax, okay? Or you can pull out the ones you want to keep. So you have a couple options. Lay your strip flat. Again, your pull is going to be a 0 degree pull. You'll stand on this side, pull over here, and your hand should end up flush to her face. And then you always put your hand down, especially on the face. She's still got brows. Okay. Anything else, I wouldn't re-wax over that. She already told me she tends to bump up after her normal waxing service. Let's see how good I am today. See if we can keep her from bumping up. Alright. And I'm going to go ahead and do the other side. Same steps. Spreading that wax as thin as I can and as even as I can. Then going back to ensure that that is totally flat. So this is my one time to add more wax if I didn't get enough wax, okay? Otherwise you'll have to tweak. Get a new strip so you don't accidentally remove more hair than need be. Lay that strip down. Press that wax into the strip. And if she's kind of squinting, don't pull at the same time, because what it's going to do is constrict that hair, okay? So you can have a nice little conversation with her, like, Wendy, did you get a vacation this summer? No. Okay, so you can have, especially when we start doing like bikinis and stuff like that, you want to definitely kind of divert them, because they're tensing up, it's going to constrict that hair. Okay, and my last pull on that brow section would be the middle. And this is for shaping. Some people I do wax on top of the brow. It just depends on the client and what they want. Wendy, do you normally wax above your brow?
I have no idea.
Okay.
So why did the video say don't remove any hair on top of your eyebrow?
Well, you guys are starting out, so the main thing with you guys is your shaping and trying to get that shaping correct. So if you're not comfortable with it, don't do it. Most people would remove too much. 0 degrees still. I know her nose is there, but I'm still 0 degrees. So when you get ready to do above the brow, if you're going to do it, make sure all her hairs are brushed down. Because if they're up, if she had cowlicks and you put that wax there, all I'm doing above the brow is literally just a thin line here. I don't want to go too far into her hair, and I don't want to, it's something like my mother has a very short, like it's 1 finger between her brow and her hairline. That's not a good candidate at all for removing hair up here, because it's going to look like you just scalped her ball. Okay? Somebody like Wendy, I can kind of do just a little bit of that area.
Yeah, I don't have a very big forehead either.
Say what?
I don't have a very big forehead
Oh, okay. So very...
So are you using the soft wax or the hard wax?
This is all soft wax on the brows. I'm going to show you on her lip.
Everywhere else?
On her lip, on her chin, I would do the hard wax.
Okay.
So you see how thin that line is? It's like pencil thin. And I want to make sure that it's flat. Don't leave any bubbles, because if you do a bubble and you lay that strip down, it's going to do what?
Move.
Push that wax into the brow area. So you don't want to do that by any means. So that just really defined her. It almost makes it look like she has more brow than she actually has.
Yeah.
Okay, so you remove, it's not about how much hair, it's about removing the right hair. You can really sculpt the brow.
That's my only problem, the top of the eyebrow.
Don't get close.